We're less than 24 hours away from the 49ers at Seahawks. Let's get it. Welcome to the Cayman's Island podcast, where we talk all things San Francisco 49ers. I'm your host, David Cayman. In today's show, we're going to talk about the last-minute updates heading into the game against the Seahawks, guys. I know there's a lot going on, and we're going to delve into all this. First things first, let's go ahead and get this CMC stuff out of the way. I know that I made a prediction that the Niners would win this game. There are reports that Christian McCaffrey is questionable. He left practice early with what appears to be a calf injury. A lot of folks are feeling like he's not going to play. Here's my thoughts on it, guys. There are videos out here right now that show CMC like out there moving around, running in place, hopping on one leg. Look, that man moves better on one leg hopping around than I do actively right now. When he was interviewed, he seems like he's a full go. I'm of the opinion Christian McCaffrey plays. Now, is he going to get his normal workload? We have Brian Robinson, guys. It doesn't really matter. I would go so far as to say this. And we've got to get to a point where if we feel like Kyle Shanahan is truly this offensive genius, then we need to start giving this man some respect. He's taken folks like Raheem Mostert, Elijah Mitchell, when he could somehow stay healthy, and turn these guys into really good backs. Okay, so I'm of the opinion if CMC could not go, that Brian Robinson and Isaac Guerendo could fill that in. We should be a good enough team to beat the Seahawks in Seattle without Christian McCaffrey. And that's just the honest truth. Even Jordan Mason last year, with how well he did in our run scheme, we got to start putting two and two together here and figuring out that most of the time backs do pretty well in the Kyle Shanahan system. We should be able to beat the Seattle Seahawks without CMC. We still have George Kittle. We're going to have Jawan Jennings. We're going to have a healthy Ricky Pearsall. And again, what we feel is top 3 play caller in the NFL. We should be able to get that done. We're going to have a Robert Saleh coach defense that is not just going to sit back there and allow Sam Darnold to pick us apart. If we're losing this game, it will not be because Robert Saleh did not at least try to put some pressure in that man's face. So just to get the CMC thing out of the way, I feel like Christian McCaffrey will suit up and will play Sunday. Maybe I have a little bit too much hope, but I feel like we can win that game without him anyway. That's just my personal opinion. Of course, with Christian McCaffrey as a receiver, what he can do, the threat, just how you have to schematically handle Christian McCaffrey, man, if he goes in motion. Don't get me wrong. It'd be nice to have him, but I think we should be able to pull this out even without Christian McCaffrey. Jawan Jennings, his whole deal that he got, when I say deal, it was just the extra $3 million. And I know I'm just saying just an extra $3 million. I appreciate San Francisco for doing that, man. JJ did outplayed his deal, and he deserves a bump in pay. Now, the 49ers obviously won this negotiation. They had all the leverage in this case, and were, for all intents and purposes, preparing to play without Jawan Jennings trying to make moves, bringing in folks for visits. And even after all of that, they went ahead and gave him some incentive opportunities to earn an extra $3 million. If I'm a player, man, I'm a free agent, and I look at the 49ers organization in the way they pay their good players. For me, if I'm a free agent, I'm looking at the Niners like, man, if I perform and I perform well, these guys are going to pay me. And even if I am in a situation where I outperform my contract, they'll at least try to meet me in the middle and meet me halfway. San Francisco didn't have to do that, but they did it, and I appreciate it. And my thoughts are that players around the league, man, front offices of other franchises have to see this stuff, okay? And if I'm a free agent, this is a destination that I want to be in, which is San Francisco, a place where I know if I perform, I'm getting paid. Now, I recognize you can't pay every single high performer every single time, but for the most part, man, the Niners try to do good by most of the players that perform well on the team. But with JJ getting this bump, I really feel like, I don't know, again, this is just a feeling. I know that it takes, if you look at Brandon Ayuk and how long it took him to really get back into the swing of things, even when he got hurt, I felt like he wasn't back in the swing of things. So Juwan Jennings coming in here, just having this short amount of practice window, I do feel that there's going to be some rust. But where I do feel good is that JJ is not going to be expected to play this X position. That's going to be Ricky. And as long as Juwan Jennings can do Juwan Jennings things, big catches on third down, I feel like he is going to make a couple of third down catches in this game that really swing momentum in our favor. Again, just a feeling. His effort's going to be there. He's going to block hard. He's going to give max effort. Just his tenacity on the field, his leadership, I think is going to be a big thing for the Niners in this game. We just really need to focus and feature George Kittle, man. I think that he is a matchup nightmare for all teams, period. If we just feature George and then take everything else that the defense gives us, I think we'll be fine. If there were a question mark in this game, in other words, a true concern that I have, it's the Jake Moody factor, man. I've been hurt too many times. I've seen a game where he's hit a lot of field goals and in the must-have-it moment, just absolutely pull a ball wide left, wide right. He's consistently inconsistent, and that does trouble me. In a game where you're on the road, division rival, week one, guys, come on, you know how week one is, right? Expect the unexpected. It's an even playing field. We don't know who the next juggernaut is going to be this year. We can make all the assumptions we want to, but that means nothing. So if it comes down to a field goal game where we need to hit a field goal to win the game, man, I got to be honest, I'm definitely holding my breath. On the defensive side of the ball, of course there's youth over there. We're going to have Siegel out there more than likely starting, and it makes me, anytime you have that youth out there making their first NFL start, man, there's always some nerves there, but I've seen it too many times. I trust Robert Saleh just because of the eye test, just because I've wanted what I've seen over the years schematically with the defense. He's going to mix some things up. He's going to mix some blitzes up. I think the interior of our D-line is going to be critical. I feel that if you tell me that we hold the Seahawks under 100 yards, I do think we win this game. And I think that's going to be a focus. My hope is that it's not so much of a focus. We just leave that young secondary on an island. I think Renardo Greens needs to I feel he can and will take a step. I just hope a step forward. I hope it's sooner rather than later. I hope that out of the gate, he's improved from last year and he's taken another step versus it taking 5-6 weeks to really move forward and take that next step. I think we're going to mix things up. I do think we're going to get pressure. I really feel good about our edge setting for this game, just with the players that we're bringing in, the size, the length. I think we're going to be okay there. I'm super pumped, man. Looking forward to this game. It's been a long time coming. Really looking forward to seeing what we can do. And again, I definitely have the Niners in this one, pulling out this victory. Tell me what you think in the comments. Do you have any other concerns with Christian McCaffrey possibly not being able to start? Do you think we're just dead in the water without CMC putting on the Superman cape and carrying us to victory? As always, if you like what you saw, please remember to like and subscribe. As always, take care and be blessed.